Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another video as of today. It's going to be another sports betting video, and it is going to be for Tuesday, November 30th slate of NBA games. We don't have a whole lot of games on. We've only got 5 games on, but I still found a couple of pretty good bets that I'm pretty confident in. So, first of all, I did want to say thank you guys so much for the support as of today. I've never really gotten a whole lot of subscribers in one day before, but you guys almost gave me 30 subscribers in one day, which is just absolutely unheard of. So I appreciate you guys more than you guys will know. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Let me know if you guys are tailing me. Let me know if you guys are fading me. I love to hear that kind of stuff. I love to hear where your guys' head is at. That's one of my favorite parts of doing YouTube. So, but without, no more mushy-gushy stuff. We're hopping straight into it. So, first I do want to recap. As of yesterday, we did end up going 2-2. If you took my half-unit bet, so if you took all my bets, but I said that the last one, the Jazz and the Blazers under 222.5, if you did a half unit, then you still profited yesterday. Not a whole lot, but you did end up profiting as of yesterday. So I got to say that's a win in my book. I'm pretty excited about that. So we did have in my best bet, which was the Thunder +2 versus the Rockets. They end up getting smoked. I don't know what happened. They just absolutely came out there and laid an egg. And Jalen Green wasn't even out there. Garrison Matthews was hooping. I don't know what happened. The Thunder just fell apart in that game. DeMar DeRozan over 24.5 points versus Charlotte. He ends up with 28. So I think he probably would have scored more, but they actually won by like 15, 20 points. So, in a blowout situation, that doesn't happen often. Darius Garland over 6.5 assists. He ends up with 9, cashing this pretty easily. And then, as you know, Jazz Blazers under 222.5. And I think if this game would have been a little bit closer, I think it wouldn't have been so bad. It started out like the under was going to hit, and at the end of the first half, it was like 48-40 or something crazy, and then all defense was just shut out, and they just didn't play another lick of defense at all. So that is kind of unfortunate, but we are on to the new day, so I'm pretty excited about this new slate of games. We only have 5 games, so don't go put your whole paycheck on any of these, but these are what I truly like as of today. So, first play of the day I am going to be taking is going to be the Brooklyn Nets -6 versus the New York Knicks -110 odds on DraftKings. Of course, that's the only one. That's the only sports book that I really use. I may get into a couple more. I have access to some other ones, but those are just the ones that I personally use. I just like DraftKings a lot. So, Brooklyn Nets -6 versus the Knicks. The Knicks are without Kemba Walker. They just announced that Tom Thibodeau did say that Kemba Walker was out of the rotation for whatever reason. I don't really know why. I think that's kind of dumb, to be completely honest, especially after signing him and they actually played extremely well for the first 10, 15 games of the season. Then they just fell apart recently. So I think that they're pretty solid, but I mean, now that he is out of the rotation, I don't really know what to think about the Knicks right now. They're kind of a mess, to be completely honest. On top of that, they do have a couple injury concerns as of right now. It looks like Derrick Rose and Taj Gibson are going to be out as of right now. And Nerlens Noel and RJ Barrett are questionable. RJ Barrett, as we know, he can score. He can do a little bit of everything. RJ is a great player. Nerlens Noel adds a lot of defense to that team. So without those two things, it's going to be very tough for them to stay in this game. Another stat as of right now my first stat of this game is going to be the Knicks are 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. They've gone through a little bit of a tough stretch. It's going to make it, kind of difficult. And Brooklyn is at home, which is definitely a hard one to follow as well. The Nets are 3-1-1 against the spread after a loss. They did just go ahead and lose to the Phoenix Suns, but I mean, everybody's losing to the Phoenix Suns and the Warriors right now, who do play, and it's going to be a tremendous game. But the Nets are 3-1-1 against the spread after a loss, so they did lose to the Phoenix Suns, so they do very well about looking for revenge on the next game, and I think that they're going to be able to do that against this New York Knicks team. Next, this is probably going to be my best bet of the day. This one is a little bit juiced though, so if you guys don't want to be taking any juiced bets, don't be taking this one. But this is going to be one that I'm personally pretty comfortable with. We have Steven Adams over 6.5 rebounds, minus 135. I just think that number is a little bit too low. First of all, Memphis is a top 5 rebounding team. They grab about 55 rebounds per game. Toronto, they're 22nd in the league in rebounds per game. And of course, as we all have seen, if we've been on any sort of social media, Ja Morant is injured. He took a pretty nasty, he had a pretty nasty leg injury, and he's going to be out for a while. So, and those ones that nothing really happens and all of a sudden you're injured, like those are some of the worst injuries in basketball. We've seen that with Kevin Durant. We've seen that with just a lot of players, and those ones are the worst. So hopefully Ja Morant will be back soon. Rest up. And then on top of that, OG and Kim Birch are out. So this helps our cause a little bit as well. OG is a very defensive heavy player, but on top of that, he also grabs quite a good amount of rebounds. And Kim Birch is one of their few players that do give them any size on this team, and he is going to be out. So they're going to be looking at Precious Achiuwa, who is a decent rebounder, but at the same time, he is a little bit smaller, so he's going to match up with Steven Adams quite well. But Steven Adams has been doing this for a while, so I think Steven Adams is going to be able to pull that out. So without Ja Morant, Steven Adams he grabbed 12 boards against the Sacramento Kings, who are 11th in rebounding. So they are actually a pretty decent rebounding team, especially in correlation to the Toronto Raptors. So he's going against a much worse rebounding team, and he grabbed 12 boards. So he grabbed 5 more than what he needed to cash this over. So I'm really happy with this pick. I think that this is going to be a very solid pick. Like I said, I know it's juice, minus 135, but we did the same with Darius Garland, and look, it cashed for us. So I'm here to provide us with winners. I'm not really here to provide us with plus odds, out in left field picks. So even though I do sometimes give plus odd picks, this is not going to be one of them, to be completely honest. Next pick, I got to be honest, I'm not super confident in this one, so this is going to be my half unit play of the day. And what it is going to be is it is going to be De'Aaron Fox over 21.5 points against the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, here's the thing, is with the... Here's kind of why. I don't have a whole lot of stats to back it up, and that is personally why I'm kind of on the edge about it. So, the Lakers, they do give up the second most points per game as a whole. They are a very bad defensive team, which is definitely going to benefit us a lot. They just played the other night, and it was a triple overtime game. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but De'Aaron Fox actually played really, really well. He scored 30-something points, I think, so he cashed this by a mile. But at the same time, that was triple overtime, so you have to take that into consideration. In the last 4 games versus the Lakers, De'Aaron Fox has actually cashed this over in 3 of them. So I think that he can do it again. I don't think that Russell Westbrook is really focused on the defensive end as of right now. And so leading into that, with another stat, the Lakers do give up 24.5 points per game to opposing point guards. So once again, that does go in our favor. That would cash it by about 3 points. So I think that we're in a pretty good spot, and I do think De'Aaron Fox is a little bit above average when it comes to the point guard position. So I think that he can really get this done. I love De'Aaron Fox, and I think he can score 22 points against the Lakers. I think that's definitely a doable number. So let's go ahead and get to my final pick of the day, and that is going to be another spread pick. And we are taking the Pistons plus 10 versus the Portland Trail Blazers minus 110 odds. The Blazers are coming off of a back-to-back. As you guys saw from my bet yesterday, I took the under on the Blazers and on the Jazz game under 222.5, and it was a blowout. So they're coming off of a loss, off of a back-to-back. Sorry, I was trying to think of what I wanted to say there. After a loss, which the Pistons and the Blazers have both recently had, the Pistons are 10-5 against the spread after a loss. So they are 67. They cash this 67% of the time. after a loss, which they just had, obviously. Then the Blazers, they are just 4-5 after a loss against the spread. So both teams, the Pistons are a lot better after a loss. The Blazers, they kind of take it to heart, and they are actually worse against the spread after a loss. So I'm pretty happy with that. They also, the last 5 times that these teams have played, the Pistons have covered 3 of those 5 times. So they've covered 60% of the time. And then with no rest on back-to-backs, Blazers are just 2-3 against the spread. So not even above 50% against the spread. So I really like this pick as well. So I'm taking it. The Pistons plus 10 versus the Blazers, minus 110 odds on DraftKings. So that is going to be my picks for today. If you guys do end up tailing any of these, feel free to comment down in the section below. In the comment section below, if you guys don't tail me and you guys fade me, also let me know. I'd love to hear about that. I know that there was a couple people that said, I'm going to fade this one, or ooh, I'm going to tail this one. So I really do appreciate you guys for commenting on it. This is definitely my most subscribed video of my entire channel. So I really appreciate it. That means a lot to me, you guys. But, keep up the love and support. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever we post. And hopefully we can have another cash in day. This is King Sarah signing out. Peace.